Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Mr. cHeeSie proudly brings to you another segment of Storytime with Mr. cHeeSie. No, these aren't gang signs. They're just, peace with thumbs up. Peace, thumbs up. No? Okay. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome once again to another one of my vlogs where I tell you another story. So, I am actually on my way to the car wash because it's dirty. It rained a couple days ago, and for some reason, there's always so much dust in the air that your car just gets piled on with dirt. And I don't know if you could tell, but the windows are just bleh. Anywho, that's count one of any. But today's story has to do with one of my favorite pastimes. Has been involved in my life for the past 20 years, I want to say. And sorry about that. And the story I'm about to tell you has something to do with pyramid schemes. Ooh. Pyramid schemes. Oh my goodness. Since the dawn of time, we have been dealing with pyramid schemes. It started all the way back with the Egyptians. They're the ones that started all these pyramid schemes. Let me tell you, man. Let me tell you. Not for real. They just built pyramids. Well, not them. I mean, they designed it. They had slaves and everything to build them. But, yeah, pyramid schemes. You know what? I gotta tell you, the first time I ever got suckered into a pyramid scheme, woo-wee, that one got me. That one really got me. I want to say I was 19 years old. I was 19-year-old, living in the city of Compton, trying to get a job. For some reason, it was difficult to get a job back then too, just as it is now. Desperate, putting applications in anywhere, talking to people, hey, word of mouth, give me a job, help a brother out, I need something, I gotta buy me my PlayStation 1. Yeah, it was rough trying to get a job back in them days too, especially fresh out of high school, no experience. No diploma, which by the way, I still got it later on, but at that time, I didn't get it. But I didn't get it because it was tied up to that other video that I mentioned in my other vlog about Compton High School, which I'll probably save for another time. But I digress. And so it was very difficult. So back in those days, if you weren't out walking looking for, businesses that needed help, then your next trusted resource was the newspaper. Yep, that's when we still use newspapers. I probably dated myself, but that's okay. That's okay. I don't mind. I mean, if I did mind, dating myself, then I probably would dye my beard so that you wouldn't be able to tell my age, but I don't care. It is what it is. Time goes on, and you know what? We just gotta make the best of it. But back to the story. So I was reading the newspapers, and they have this section, the classified section, I believe it's called. I haven't picked up a newspaper in years, but I want to say that's what it's called, if I remember correctly. And, the businesses, people and stuff like that put, ads on there like, hey, you're looking for a job, blah, 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 here and there. So there was one that caught my interest at 19 years old that says, work from home, easy money, make, $100 a week or something like that. I was like, oh, hey, that seems easy. I want to work from home in the meantime while I look for a job. And so I got suckered in. The ad said something along the lines of send a self-addressed stamped envelope with the $1 bill to this P.O. box for further instructions. All right? Come on now. Pump it. There we go. So I got a $1 bill, put it in a self-addressed stamped envelope, send it to that P.O. box, and awaited for further instructions, right? I want to say it probably took about 2 months. I totally forgot about it. And that's how snail mail worked back then. You just put something in the in the mail and you don't expect to get it, you know, within that week. It was impossible to get it within that week unless you paid for like expedited shipping or whatever. But I completely forgot about it until one day I checked the mail and I saw my own handwriting on an envelope with my name. You know, it was pretty fat. It was pretty thick. I was like, oh, look, it's here. Woohoo! Nonetheless, I was excited. I'm thinking, yes, become an entrepreneur. So I opened it. It was this big, thick flyer, maybe about, I want to say, maybe two pieces of paper, three. It was thick. Anyway, it had this long list. Congratulations, you're on your way to starting your own business, working from home, blah, 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 you know, painting it all. Flowers and fireworks and everything, you know, making you feel great. Raising you up to the top of the pedestal so that they can just blow up that pedestal and bring you down hard. All right, so I read the letter and it said, okay, here are your special instructions. The next thing you have to do is rent a P.O. box. So you don't use your own home address unless you want to. Step 1. Step 2. Put an ad in the paper with the same words that caught your attention. The same thing. All of the stuff word by word, but obviously change it to your P.O. box. And you can change the amount to $1, $2, $5, whatever you want. And I'll have to hold it here while I pay for my car wash. Hold on, please. It's loud. I don't have membership. Yes, thank you. Okay. Thank you for your introduction.
Welcome to Block.
Shush.
Please insert cash or card.
Card, it is. Thank you.
You are now ready to enter the car wash. If you would like a receipt, press print receipt.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you! All right, where was I? Well, I'll pause it right here because I know it's going to get pretty loud in there. But let me put my seatbelt on because you never know what can happen inside of a car wash tunnel. It can get pretty hairy in there if you know what I mean. All right, I'm going to just wait because I need... Let's see. I can do it. I don't need guidance. Let's follow the railing and the mirrors. Okay, turn this way. Bada bing, bada boom. Got it. Cool. The man's coming. I better act normal. Is he gone? Is he still there? Is he still there? Is he still there? Okay, he's gone. I can relax. I can relax. I don't know. I just like to cackle randomly for no apparent reason. Let me lock these windows. Let me make sure my doors are locked. Locked? Oh no, strangers to come in here. You know what? I moved out of Compton. I'll tell you the side story in the meantime. I moved out of Compton about 7 years ago. But I still have that Compton mentality of locking my doors all the time, even when I don't need to. I was just like, what? You know, just getting ready to attack. Chop, 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 chop. But yeah, what's that saying? You can get the man out of the hood, but you can't get the hood out of the man, or something like that, or the ghetto. What is it? You can get the man out. No, what is it? You can get the person out of the ghetto, but you can't get the ghetto out of the person. I think that's what the saying is. So yeah, it's a car wash, people. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. This is my go-to car wash. I come here all the time because they're the only car wash that hasn't failed me. I've been to many other car washes. I don't really like to... What is this? Oh, that's a booger. Oh no, that's poop. They come off. Hey, I've got 2 other car washes. But this one's the best! Especially because of this. Look at that! It's pretty! I like it! It fills my heart with joy! No, inexplicable! I hope I'm not talking too loud! If I am, I'm sorry! Okay, act normal, somebody's there. Oh, cool. I don't think I have to yell anymore. I spoke too soon. The blow dryers. Anywho, I like coming to this car wash. They get the job done. I've tried the one, you know, where you pay for the hand wash and everything. They do a great job. But I don't have time to wait. It's too much wait. I don't want to wait. I come in here, get the job done, bada bing, bada boom. What's that? 2 minutes? Boom. Usually you gotta wait 30 minutes. Time is money. Money is power. Power is pizza. You waste time, you waste my pizza. You ready? Drying? I know you're drying. Can I move? Can I move? I think I can move. Cool, let's go. Let's do this. Alright, so where was I on my story? Let's get back to it since I'm out of the car wash. I let the air dry it. I'm okay with that. Alright, so the story was, oh yeah, back to it. So now I have to create an ad, the same ad that I saw. I have to create it, but you know, change the P.O. box information and the money amount that I want. And to improve my chances of getting more money, put it in multiple newspapers. I think I read that one from the LA Times. So we had the LA Times, the Long Beach, what is it called? Press Telegram. I want to say there was the Compton, I think it was called the Compton Bulletin. And some other newspaper I could have put it on. So yeah, increase my chances, I would have done that. So when I read that, I felt like the donkey that they show on those old Looney Tune cartoons. You know? When they feel like they've been just, the rug has been pulled out from under them. That's what I felt like. I felt like that donkey. I said, oh, hell no. How dare you do this to me? I wasted $1 and a stamp and my time and an envelope. I was like, no. Y'all ladies gonna cross? No? Oh, you just chit-chatting on the sidewalk. Yeah, feel free. Feel free. Make me think you're gonna cross, but you just standing there chit-chatting. Put a sign. It says, I'm chit-chatting. Anyway. Alright, so I felt suckered. I felt had. They pulled the rug from under me. 19-year-old cHeeSie. Got suckered. Taken advantage of. My innocence was taken away from me. So I just let it go, but I learned a valuable lesson. Pyramid schemes. I didn't know I had any back then, but that lesson was just there, ingrained into my heart, into my brain. Pyramid schemes suck. That's right, I said it. They suck. All right. Now, then, I want to say a year or two later, I was a proud papa. And my little boy, in case you watch my other videos, he's Mr. I, or brother number 1. That's what we call him in my videos. I don't give out their identity because identity theft is not a joke, okay? It's not a joke. But I digress. So, I was a proud papa, and I used to go to the supermarket in Compton to a Ralph's that was located on Alameda and Compton Boulevard. In that shopping center, you would find where the Circuit City used to be. They had a cheap 99-cent store there. You know, those cheap ones that sell those pencils that every time you sharpen them, they just break. The lead just breaks. But they had one of those. Let's see, I gotta dodge this FedEx. Okay, I'll dodge it. Whee! They had one of those cheap ones. There was a Burger King there in one of the corners. Some cleaners. There was a Radio Shack. Well, right there. Back in the 80s, that Ralph's used to be a boys' supermarket. My dad used to work there. So, because my dad used to work there, to me, that place was always filled with memories because I remember having to go visit him at times when he was working. And, you know, it was a nostalgic place for me. So growing up, I automatically just always went there to shop, you know, cereals, meats, dog food, things of that nature. But it was Ralph's by the time I was a grown up. Now I want to say it's a food for less unless they changed it and somebody else bought them out for the nth time. All right, so I used to go to that one. I used to frequent it a lot. And there was this one man. I don't know if he's there. I haven't shopped in that one, and you'll understand why. But there was this man there who was a cashier who, you know, nice man. Everything, say hello, good morning, good night, good afternoon. You know, idle chit-chat here and there when you were at the register. So he, as I was, you know, getting all my things so he can scan them, I don't know what it was. Maybe he saw my naive nature, you know, young dad, whatever, with my boy in the cart. And he started asking me all these personal questions. Excuse me, that's my breakfast starting to come out. That oatmeal is starting to attack me from the inside out. Don't you just hate that? Let's get you right in the chest. All right. So I don't know if he saw my naive, boyish good looks. And maybe I was a prime target. I don't know. But he started asking me all these personal questions, you know? Which at the time, I didn't really think about it. But when you really do think about it, it's like, man, that's some personal stuff, you know? You don't ask me what my social security number is. Come on now. No, he didn't ask me for that. But he started asking all these financial questions, you know, insurance questions, health insurance, things like that. And I went along with it. I didn't see no harm in it because, you know, I was a regular at that Ralph's. I didn't see any harm in it. But, you know, he started asking me, saying, hey, you know what? If you got some time, I could go down to your house and, you know, talk to you about, you know, insurance, how to get free of debt, you know, all that stuff. Oh, what are they doing here? Oh, they're knocking down trees. Why are you knocking down trees? Man, that's a lot of trees. Y'all gonna make some paper? Hook me up. I need some paper. And so I not reluctantly, I want to say I guess I was okay with it. I said, sure, here's my phone number. Call me when you get a chance. And I'll think things through. So he called me immediately that same day. And he said, you know, when can I come down to your house and we could talk about it? I was like, all right. Hold on, lady, I'm coming. Oh, your door's broken? Oh, your door's not broken. Okay. You're forgiven. And he said, when can I come down to your house so we can have a good long talk about getting debt free and insurance and da-da-da-da-da. I was like, oh, yeah, you know what? Let's do this weekend. I was like, cool. We set it up for the weekend. And I told my dad about it. He's like, who is this man? I'm like, oh, he works at the Ralph's right there. Blah, blah. He does this. And he's going to help me try to get out of debt and life insurance for my son and all this other good stuff. And, you know, my dad was kind of skeptical about the whole situation, but I didn't see it yet. But he was like, do you even trust this guy? I was like, I don't know, but, you know, it might be good information. All right, so the day came. This man came in. We sat him in the kitchen, dining room. And the first thing I want to say he started talking about was how to get me debt free. So I presented all my paperwork, my debt, all that stuff. He did his magic. He was good with numbers, things I didn't understand at the time. And it came down to that he can free up, apparently, if I follow his plan, if I go with his plan, he can free up like $1,000 in an instant. I was like, oh, $1,000. What could I do with $1,000? I could finally buy me my PlayStation 1. I could probably buy me 3 or 4 with all the controls and accessories. That's how my mind was thinking. I was like, PlayStation 1. Ooh, baby. I want it. Come on, bus driver. Let's go. I gotta wait for the line of cars. All right. So he could free me $1,000. Cool. So he moved on from there. You know, he saw that my interest was piqued, you know? Because, I mean, you're young. $1,000 in your pocket every month? Of course. Of course. All right. So then he moved on to health insurance. That if I buy health insurance from him, I could get it for my wife, my son, and even my parents, right? and it would be at a cheap price, especially because I was already saving $1,000 a month from the debt relief program that he was offering me. I was like, okay, that sounds good. Then he started throwing the life insurance for my son, because what if something happened with me? Who's gonna take care of your son? And he just started playing with my emotions, started stringing me along like a puppet. Like this is like, yeah, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen if Compton finally gets to me? What's gonna happen if bam? Ah! So, you know, he took advantage of that. And he started throwing all these little things, all these other programs. I can't remember if there was cell phones involved or not. But, you know, all these little things, he started throwing them at me, right? So I was like all invested. I'm like, yeah, all right, yeah, I'm moving on up to the east side. All right, so I was interested. And then he's like, and you know what the best part about this is? You know what the beautiful part about this is? He said, you can do this too. Just like how I'm helping you out, you can help lots of people out. And I was like, for real? Word? I can help people out? Wow. I can help people out. And I was like, well, tell me how to do it. How do I help people out? Well, just exactly what I'm doing with you. You help them get free of debt, and then you help them get life insurance and death insurance and car insurance and mustache insurance, all that kind of insurance. You'll be helping millions of people out. And the beautiful part about it is that you're going to be making money too. And I was like, money? I make money? Let me lock them doors. I can make money too? Like a lot? Yeah, you can make money too. The beautiful part about it is that I'm trying to cover the sun up from here, man. Sorry, I gotta pause my story. Okay. The beautiful part about it is that when you do this to people, you can bring them in too, and you can train them, just like how I would be training you. And then you can bring people in, and you can make a piece of the pie off of that one. And then if they bring people in, you can get some of that percentage too. And so on and so forth. Every time you bring people in, they bring people in, they bring more people in, you will always get something. Yeah, you always get something. And I was like, oh, no way. For real? I was like, that sounds great. It's like, what do I have to do? Where do I sign up? Well, you have to buy training materials and blah, blah, blah. And every time you move up a level because you're making so much money, you have to buy more training materials. And those training materials cost money. And I'm like, well, how much does it cost? He's like, well, it costs about $700. Oh, $700? I got no $700, man. Where am I going to get $700, man? I'm in debt. I'm in debt. What am I going to do? He said, like, well, don't you remember the financial plan from earlier on? I'm saving you $1,000. I was like, oh, that's true, B. That's true. You are saving me $1,000. But that was too good to be true. But by that time, when he said that, the cogs in here started working. You know, the Compton Unified School District education, you know, put some cobwebs up in there. But that logic from earlier on, the other story that I told you about, that self-addressed stamped envelope, started oiling up those cogs. I started thinking, and those cogs started turning. I'm like, wait a second. This sounds familiar. I've heard this story before. I felt this story before. I lived this story before. And sure enough, my mind went to that $1 self-addressed stamped envelope. And I said, in my mind, I said that. I didn't say that to him. I said, ain't gonna happen no more. You got suckered in once for $1. Don't get suckered in for $700 plus. No. You gotta work extra hard. That's too much. You're gonna be stifling people. You're gonna be ripping them off. I'm from Compton, but I don't rip nobody off. Unless it's a piece of paper on your face and you need to take it off because it's glued. I'll rip that paper off. But I don't rip nobody off. Let me tell you. So that's what I said. No, actually, no, I didn't say that. So I was just like, you know what? That sounds like a awesome opportunity, sir. That sounds fantastical. You know what? As a matter of fact, I think I want to do this, but as I was saying that, he was like, he was like freaking doing this, and like if there's a piece of chicken showing up at his door, getting ready to eat, and so I said, but you know what? I mean, this opportunity sounds great, but I got to talk it over with my wife. I can't make a decision like that, without consulting her, because as a young husband, young father, I already made that mistake of making a big decision without consulting her, and she was none too happy about that, sir. So I have to talk to her first. And he was like, oh yes, no, please do take your time, consult it with your wife, talk it over, tell her all the benefits that you would get from this, that she would get. Don't you want to take that dream vacation? Don't you want to do this? Don't you want to do that? I was like, hell yeah, I want to take that dream vacation. I want to take that dream vacation. I don't know where I want to go, but I'm going to go somewhere. But, he was still continue playing that game. And I was like, yes, sir, I will call you. I will think about it. Boom. I didn't think about it because I already thought about it in my mind. I didn't talk. I mean, I did talk to her, but, I had already made up my mind. I wasn't going to do it. Hell no, I'm not going to give him $700. I learned my lesson with that dollar. I said, no. So I left it at that. But man, that guy was hounding me on the phone every single other day. And I was like, I can't do this, man. And when I would go to the Ralphs to go buy my, my food and stuff and things of that nature, I would have to make sure he wasn't there. So I even, like, one time I went there and the guy wasn't working. So I kind of like nonchalantly asked one of the cashiers, hey, I can't remember his name. I'm not even going to say his name because I don't remember. But I said, hey, where's so-and-so at? Oh, today's his day off. Oh, is really? I was looking for him because, he was talking to me about, oh, yeah, he was talking to you too? I'm like, yeah, he was talking to me about that. And I just wanted to ask him a few more questions because I lost his number. I ripped it. I burned it into an oblivion. And so like, oh, yeah. So when is he off? And she just like, happily gave me a day. Oh, so he's off on this and this day, right? I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So I'll come back the other day when he's here and I'll talk to him. Thank you very much for your information. You've been of help. And so obviously I knew which days he wasn't going to be off. I mean, I knew which days he was going to be off so that I can go and do my shopping, calmly without worrying that homeboy's like, creeping from behind, like, from a wall, like, hey, you got gains? But one time he was there on the day that I thought he was going to be off, and he asked me, and I said, you know what, I totally forgot about it, man. I just started coming up with any excuse. But it's in that heat of the moment where you just feel like you're flushed red, you start sweating, your knees get shaky, you start getting parched, your lips get all dried. You start feeling clammy. Like when you have diarrhea, just like that. That's how I started feeling. I didn't have diarrhea, but that's what it felt like. And so I just came up with an excuse, and I quickly, just boom, got my stuff, paid, got out of there. But then I was like, man, I don't want to keep coming here if the guy's gonna be here. He's gonna be switching his days off, and I gotta see his face, and man, I won't keep on lying like this. So I did the next best logical thing. I stopped going there. And that's why I started shopping at Superior on the other side of Compton Boulevard, closer to the Compton Blue Line station, which used to be a Vons back then. Then it was a Vons at that time. Then it became a Superior. And that was close to, what was close to it on that side? There used to be a Kmart on that side, but then it closed down, and I think right now it's where they sell, Burlington Coal Factory it is right now. Anywho, I digress. So yeah, I stopped going there. And I never heard of the guy again after he tried persistently for about a good month, just calling me, leaving voicemails. And I was like, please don't call me. Please don't call me. I just want to play my PlayStation 1 in peace. Gran Turismo. Anyway, so that was it. That was my second experience with a pyramid scheme. Can you believe that? At a young age. After that, I had a few more experiences with pyramid schemes the next 15 years. After that, I never got suckered into them, but I can smell a pyramid scheme from a mile away. My cousin and I were looking for jobs maybe a year after that. And, you know, same thing, answering newspapers, and we were going to get suckered into Herbalife, Amway, all these other pyramid schemes that change their name, same concept. They try to sell you services, and then financial debt, financial freedom, all that stuff. And then, you know, they try to recruit you, and you got to pay so much money. And it's like, bro, stop, man. Just stop. I remember that one time my cousin and I, we answered an ad on the newspaper that said, looking for qualified employees, for qualified workers, something like that. And it was at a hotel, very nice hotel. I think that was either Carson or Torrance. I know it was on 190th, in between Normandy and Western, I want to say. It was one of those nice, fancy hotels. And the ad said, you know, dress up nicely, you know, business attire, come prepared to get hired. And we're like, oh, yeah, we got to work. Boom, boom, boom. We're going to make that cheese. We got to make that money. So we went. But. We didn't have, you know, business attire or anything. I did because I used to go to church when I was a kid. And I had all this clothes, not suits, but I had, you know, dress shirts, slacks, ties, and everything. So I think he had just something simple. So we got dressed up, put the tie on, and we went. We drove. He drove over there in his what was it? Dodge Intrepid he had back in those days. So we went all excited. We was like, yeah, we're gonna get hired. And when we went, man, we were just like astounded at the beauty of the hotel, because we never stepped into a hotel. You know, when you grow up in the hood, you don't go into hotels. You go into motels. You go into motels. You never go into a hotel. And we were just astounded. Oh, this looks nice. And it was they rented out this huge hall, this huge section in the mall. And there was this one person, actually a few people in front. Oh, are you here for the business meeting? I'm like, yes, we're here. All right. So they gave us the, you know, those stickers that say, hello, my name is. I want to say we gave them fake names because we wanted to try it out. And they were just like all hyped. They were wired up, and either they had too much coffee or they were on PCP or something. And they were just like, oh yeah, they were all happy and very animated. I'm like, cool. So we went in there, we sat down, and you know, loud music. They had parties, they had lights, they had fogs. It was like, you know, all that stuff. And we're just there, sitting there like, man, this is weird. This is awkward. Like, what the heck are we doing here? And we just waited until it started. And then it was like this one dude got on the mic, the most charismatic, conniving, lying snake you could probably ever hear. He got on the mic, and he just started pumping up the people like that. People just got suckered into whatever he was saying. They were cheering, applauding, throwing up their graduation caps, you know, whistling and all that stuff. I was like, damn, this is crazy. And as soon as he started talking and everything, I was like, man, another pyramid scheme, man. And I like, you know, elbowed my cousin. I'm like, we got to get out of here, man. It's another one of these stupid things. And he's like, yeah, but they got security guards on the end of each aisle. And so I was like, I know, we got to sneak out. And the guys was just, man, everybody was just suckered. They were just getting suckered into what he was saying. And I was like, damn, man, got to get out of here. I got to keep getting attracted to these things. So we tried to sneak out of there, and one of the dudes caught us. Like, hey, where are you guys going? We still haven't finished, man. We still haven't gone to the best part. You guys gotta stay. You know, we still have to do it. He was just all crazy, and I was like, yeah, you know, we gotta go. We have another interview set up, and you know, oh yeah, but you're gonna be making tons of money here. You could just say goodbye to that interview you have. Blah 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 blah. I was like, look, man, you just gotta go. Thank you for your time, and we'll see you later. And we just left. And then I want to say probably the same week, another freaking pyramid scheme. It was just all over the place. And I want to say that was the last one for a few years. But pyramid schemes, man, they just keep coming up everywhere under different names, under different guises, under different identities. It's like, man, come on now. Just stop. So, moral of today is don't get suckered into pyramid schemes. I'm talking to you. Yes, you. Don't get suckered into pyramid schemes, because if I find out you got suckered into pyramid schemes, I'm going to tape a piece of paper to your face and I'm going to rip it off. Rip it. Like a Band-Aid. Just take it off. No remorse. And just say, what were you thinking? Please don't get suckered into pyramid schemes. And if I gave you ideas on how to start a pyramid scheme, you better not. Don't be conniving like that. Don't treat people like that. You treat people with respect. RESPECT. Find out what it means to me. All right? Don't do that. Don't do that. Be kind to people. Don't rip them off for their dollar, because they'll remember it forever. Remember it forever. And then in 50 years, they'll be telling you the story so you don't fall into pyramid schemes, man. Don't fall into them pyramid schemes. Okay? They look like this. Well, something like this. Well, I mean, it has to be sharper edges, you know. Pyramid schemes like this. There you go. See? Like that. Top part of my wallet. Pyramid. Don't get suckered into them, people. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed my story. And I'll see what other interesting story I tell you next time. Peace out. Have a great day. Don't forget what you gotta do. Don't trust them pyramid schemes.